Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Princess of Aesthetically Princess. If you are new here, hi, hello, I am Princess. Here on my channel, I do multiple things from art to journaling to whatever I come up with on a Tuesday afternoon. And today, we'll actually be revisiting something that I've already done. So I'm going to link down below me trying gouache for the first time. I already have that video up, so like I said, I'm going to link it. But today is the first time I'm doing a full piece with gouache. I am really excited. I did do a good amount of practicing, but I'm really excited for this month's particular theme and this month's actual painting. I do have to say that I actually really like how this came out. I also tried something different, which is doing side profiles. I haven't done side profiles in forever. I actually grew like a small fear of them after a while, so finally doing them again is so nice. It's so fun, and I'm so happy with, like I said, how this piece came out. So you might be wondering, Biss, what is the theme? So I'm also going to post down below my light academia aesthetic video, because this month's aesthetic is light academia. And if you are new here, then you know that I choose an aesthetic about every month to just, file my like art under. And for this month, and this month's like scary kind of weird character or like mystical character, I want to do like a live a live statue, really, of a character. As you can see, the scene is supposed to be a girl at the museum looking at a statue that looks very similar to her. I'm going to do more pieces for this, but if you want to see more pieces of it, you have to be following me on Instagram. I'm super duper happy with this one though. But today, I decided to go for the very pretty girl staring at the statue that looks very similar to her. I wanted it to be akin to, light academia aesthetic, because one of my favorite things that I like to categorize light academia under is like cute museum aesthetic, like a light museum aesthetic, especially statues in particular. This actually wasn't the original idea that I was going to do for this month. I actually had plans for, you know, a ghost in a museum, like a ghost that was living in the museum. But this is just as good. She looks just as good. The idea is just as good. I actually ended up asking my Instagram followers what I should do. So if you want to be like a part of the drama, you guys should super duper obviously just follow me on Instagram, which I'm going to also link down below along with the rest of my social media. So, painting with gouache. First of all, as for the canvas that I'm using, I'm actually using a watercolor canvas. I got these from Hobby Lobby. It comes in like a pack of 4, so expect to see more of these pieces. If I'm like really bored, I'll probably do much more next month. But I actually think I have something else planned for next month, so I don't think I'm going to be using gouache for next month. If I do another gouache painting, it may be around the holidays, unless I'm like really bored and I really want to make something. But as for this one, I have to say, now using gouache for such a good amount of time, especially doing such a large piece. This piece took me about 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, 3 to 4 hours. I spent like the entirety of the time like watching a TV show. And if you've never seen me like paint, whether that be in TikToks or like on live or even here on my like channel, I usually am watching something while doing so. I found a show that I have been absolutely loving, and honestly, it was helping with the motivation to paint this, because I promise you, gouache is very finicky, and this was a lot, but I love how, you know, everything ended up turning out. So, first things first, what the heck is going on? So right now I'm kind of like, I've painted the bases for both characters, one for her skin tone and one for the statue overall. So like I said, I have the statue who she's supposed to be looking similar to the character. I want to say this. I love the way the statue came out more than I love the way the character came out. The statue looks gorgeous. I'm so proud of myself for this side view. I was really going for more of a Regency era aesthetic. So like people who are really in love with Bridgerton, I actually didn't watch Bridgerton. I'm not a fan of like period dramas like that, but I love Regency fashion, how it looks. So I particularly really enjoyed both doing the hair and looking at the bodice of Regency style dresses. I'm going to go more in depth for that particular character in my digital pieces for like this month. So like I said, follow me on Instagram. But the way her like bust came out was so freaking pretty. I'm so proud of myself for this, because doing the hair was a pain in the behind, and that's actually what I focused on most, because she's a pretty simple character. The only thing that's not simple about her is her hair. Her hair is supposed to look like a Regency style updo, especially with the curls falling in her face and like, you know, poking out of like the top of the top of the updo, because I didn't want to do an updo that looked odd. I wanted to add in some like interesting parts to it, so adding in the curls was like the fun part for me personally. But I ended up doing the hair detailing, and then going back over with that base color again to make it more defined and more detailed, and it was so pretty. I can't wait to revisit this in like digital form. Like, I've drawn a piece similar to this in digital form, but honestly, it I feel like it just computes better on the actual painting. Honestly, I wouldn't have minded to just have done her. Honestly, at this point, I kind of want to do something similar again soon, just because I like the way that she came out. But currently is not the time. But anyways, my mic cut off like halfway through while I was talking. But anyways, like I said, her hair, awesome. Love the way that she came out. I will try and revisit like this kind of character. But again, if you want to see more of like this like aesthetic and what I'm going to do for it, you have to follow me on Instagram, because I have something in particular that I really want to do. I'm not going to spoil it, but I have something very particular that I want to do that I've done before, but I've never done in the sense that I'm going to do it. Just looking at it is so pretty. Like I said, I love the way that it comes out. I clean it up. I'm going to clean it up, of course, but just looking at it now, it's just so pretty. I just love the way that her hair looks. Her lips look beautiful. And I was really happy. Like I said, I haven't done like side profiles in like a while. So being able to see them in my style, doing the side profiles in my style now, is so nice. And honestly, I'm excessively proud of myself because she just looks so pretty. The lips look perfectly proportionate, and I've been trying to, like, you know, how do you say, perfect this particular style of drawing for forever, and I've never been able to get it down packed until recently. If you look back into last month, I think the fourth digital painting that I posted, no, the third maybe digital painting that I posted, she has a side profile. So I had been practicing all month and finally got one down, and so I posted it as soon as I was finished with it. But these, honestly, are my favorites. I'm going to try and keep revisiting this particular side profile because, again, they look so nice. And it's been a while since I've just painted good side profiles. I've mostly always focused on full view, mostly because I'm not a huge fan of my own personal side profile. So, of course, I'm going to, try and, like, emulate, like, life emulates art very well. So, there's me going at it. Also, as you can tell from the difference between like the way it looked before and the way it looks now, I really went in and I tried to define the different parts of the different details in her hair, and like I said, it's so pretty. I'm so proud of myself because this character right here, 10 out of 10. I killed the dang thing. Now, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the way that I did the girl on the other side. I really tried to make them look very similar, but like I said, one looks better than the other, quite obviously. But I still do like the way that I did this. Now, gouache is so flippin' finicky. You have to keep adding water to it to like thin it out. And sometimes if you like fuck up a little bit, then it's not going to work as well, sadly. So the layer of paint for the base on this side is a little thick. So it kind of like makes everything look a little gritty. I do like the way that it does not move, but I am able to make it flow like watercolor. And I like how, like, how much how much paint can go a long way. Oh my god. The only reason that I use a lot of paint is because I'm trying to like get the perfect color for certain things, so I add more paint to it. Because unlike watercolor, you can't just add water to change like the tone or color of something, which I kind of find interesting. So this is just, it's a lot. Like I said in my original video of me trying gouache, I like how it moves, but at the same time I despise how close to, watercolor it is. And I also despise the fact that the piece, the kit that I bought doesn't have like a video reference to like show you the best ways to use it. It just kind of has a notebook that just kind of gives you instructions to following pictures and things like that. And it's not a great idea. I do not necessarily recommend it if you want to start off for gouache. I think you should ask someone who you know that knows how to paint with gouache. But I can say that I do enjoy using it, and I will continue to use it for a while. But next month is not the month to use it. I have some plans for next month. Okay. I'm already thinking about next month art pieces. I wonder if you can guess what they are. I doubt it. But if you'd like to guess, go at it. Okay. Something that I need to say is I love the aesthetic that I went for. So like I said, I went for a light academia aesthetic for like a how do you say, a museum date kind of aesthetic. If you've ever seen like if you go on Pinterest, you can see if you type in like light academia museum aesthetic, oh my gosh, some of the pictures for those pieces are flippin' gorgeous. Actually, if you go to my TikTok, which I'm also going to link down below, I end up using a good amount of references from, girls who went to museums and took beautiful pictures, use them as reference for putting this piece together. I love that particular aesthetic, and I've revisited that aesthetic before, the museum date aesthetic. I did so last year, so doing it again this year was very nostalgic, and I think I did it around the same time last year as well. This piece is just honestly just a little bit better than the one I did that last year, but we can still, call it good. But the light academia aesthetic that I went for was more of like a subtle, so you can't really quite tell. And plus, I drew the characters pretty big, so you can't really see much of it. The only other thing that I did for this piece, other than like her body, is the background. I wanted to have nice columns, but I'm not a huge fan of the columns that I end up painting. I feel like they ruin the picture in the end. But you know what? It's done now. I can't undo it. So, honestly, that's all I really have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoy the music.